Welcome to West Tokyo JALT's first ever podcast. We're going to be doing these podcasts most every meeting, I hope. Following the meeting, we'll meet with the people who either participated in or, if we're lucky, the people who presented at our meetings and ask them some questions in relation to the presentations as kind of an exclusive follow-up. So today, Andrew O'Brien, our chapter president, and I will be sitting with Miss Chiyuki Yanase and Miss Patricia Daly Oe, who kindly spoke to us on young learners, extensive reading, and similar types of themes today. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. We usually, I think, are going to start off by asking if you could just simply tell the people who couldn't attend today's event, what did you talk about today?
Okay, from me. I talked about extensive reading, particularly for young learners, how we can motivate young learners who are not really good at reading yet to read more with very simple graded readers.
Excellent. And what was the hint or the tip that you gave that was maybe at the heart of this?
It was a shared reading part with lots of activities, so that children can enjoy the story and have some connections in order to read on their own.
Excellent. Thank you. So for those of you who could not join, we're very lucky that Chiyuki will be giving talks at PanSIG and definitely at talks far in the future, depending on whenever you're listening to this, you can go see her talk. Patricia, how about yourself?
Well, I talked about using storytelling and picture books to teach all ages, from small babies who can't even walk yet to adults. And I gave lots of examples of how you can use different kinds of stories, the activities that you can use based on the stories, and how you can encourage your students to make their own stories based on the storytelling session that you give.
I think one excellent point that you made during your presentation was that some storybooks are amazing as they are, but can't necessarily be used in the classroom.
Yes.
So having that kind of filter within yourself, or that kind of system of being able to judge which books can be used in class,
Yes.
is some skill that maybe serves everyone positively. But you, on the other hand, when you write your own storybooks, which you're a prolific writer, when you write these, they are designed for use in the classroom and
Yes.
specifically within the Japanese context,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, so keeping the language simple, relevant, helpful, different themes, not necessarily having, well, not at all having the same characters and same kinds of scenes coming up. And hopefully the illustrations are large enough that people can see them, even in a large classroom.
Excellent. Andrew, did you have any thoughts on today, anything that stood out to you?
Well, one thing that I was really impressed with and personally enjoyed was just how engaging the presentations were. You could really see everybody leaning towards the front of the room, and the different activities that brought everybody together to talk with each other, the discussions, and then even in the extension at the end where the participants, the grown-ups, were giving their own little presentation based on the storytelling activity that we did together. It was just amazing to see that it really can be done with all ages, from children to adults. So that was wonderful.
So a question that Andrew came up with as we talked this morning, which I think will become a kind of regular feature within our podcast series, is if you were to do a follow-up session on this in the future with us, hypothetically, what would you want to get across at that? What would be the main point?
Probably I want the participants to experience the extensive reading and the joy of it. Not as a teacher, but as a reader. And if the teacher knows the joy, or a teacher knows what to do, or effectiveness of the extensive reading, probably they can convey the message much better than just thinking about it or listening to a presentation. And you have to experience it in order to really feel it. So that's probably.
Thank you. Patricia, how about yourself?
Probably I might like to concentrate on particular age groups. Today I covered all age groups from young learners to senior high school students. So I would probably like to do a session just on very young learners, or just elementary school students, or just high school students, or adults. I wasn't able to present the book that I wanted to today. There just wasn't enough time that you could use in a class of adults. So probably get feedback from members who would be interested in presentations concentrating on particular age groups and then using a wider range of materials as examples.
Yeah, I'd like to see that as well. Good.
Right.
Andrew, anything you'd like to add or any questions?
Actually, there was one thing that you had mentioned, Patricia, and I forgot the term, the concert. What was it called again?
Narration concert.
Narration concert.
Right.
When you introduced that, I thought that was fascinating.
I probably made that term myself, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I combined narration with concert kind of format. So I give a storytelling on the stage with pictures on a screen and the background music, which can either be, I've done it with actual live performance, piano playing, guitar playing, or usually it's background music, a CD.
Excellent.
I would love to see that.
Me too, yeah.
Well, you could come to the high school, the ZAID, the yearly high school students speech contest finals. Anyone can come, and I always give a narration concert every year, February.
February, wonderful.
Yeah, second Sunday
And
in
the
February.
student speech are wonderful, awesome. Like
They are the winners from all over
Yeah.
Japan.
Wow.
So their level is really so
High.
high. And the topics they talk about is very interesting as well.
I have one more question,
Please do.
if it's all right.
Yes.
Patricia, you've written a number of books,
Yes.
and today we were lucky enough to be able to just get a brief taste, a brief preview of some of those. If you could recommend one to any teachers who would like to share a story with their class or with their own children, a parent for their child, is there anything that you
One
would
of
like
all
to
of the
recommend?
books, I think Lily and the Moon. I think that book can be used for all age groups, and I think it has there's just such a wide range of activities that you can use with that book. Yeah.
Wonderful.
As we seen today, we saw a video of some people reenacting Lily and the Moon. So I'll put the link to that in today's video description, so anyone who's interested can click there and find that video with your permission.
I'll have to get permission from Mari Nakamura,
Okay.
who took the video. But
If it's not there, I'm going to edit out this video part,
Right.
or this
sure.
talk anyways.
I
No
can
problem.
probably get back to you tonight.
No problem,
Okay.
no problem.
She's also JALT member, so I'm pretty sure she'll say yes, but I can't speak for her. Oh, you probably should.
So anyone who's heard this much of it, you're very lucky you can listen to it, or you can watch the video. All right. So in closing then, I'd like to just ask if there's anything that you would like to plug, be that a website, an upcoming event that you're going to speak at, a new book, whatever it is, anything that you'd like to plug?
It's going to be tomorrow, so.
Well, this won't be up by tomorrow.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, but-
PanSIG, you'll be giving,
Yeah, PanSIG.
you'll be giving a talk
probably
there.
JALT International one.
Great.
Yeah.
The JALT International Conference in
I hope so.
Good.
In November.
in November.
Yeah.
Great, wonderful.
I think, yeah, any JALT events, definitely look up Chiyuki Yanase's name. You'll be likely to see her
there's
speaking
one
somewhere.
in July, Niigata.
In Niigata?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was invited, so I'm gonna go to Niigata.
Do you
first
know the
time
name of
to-
that conference?
No, it's just a chapter.
Okay.
Niigata chapter.
Niigata JALT chapter.
Yeah.
Great, so everyone can look for the information on the JALT calendar, or can perhaps go to Niigata's typical way of getting out their own information to find that detail. Great. Patricia, anything you'd like to plug?
I think I was asked by the Central Tokyo group member today that to give a presentation for their group, but a date hasn't been fixed
Excellent,
yet. But
okay.
I'll be doing that. And I always have events and things coming up. I do have a website and a blog which I don't keep updated as often as I should, but
How should we find that? Should we just search in Google?
you can just search under my name, or it's patricia-oe.com.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank you.
thank you.
We'll talk to everyone and see everyone on the next installment of our podcast series. Thank you very much. West Tokyo JALT.